Good morning. That is what my morning stack normally looks like. I'm just jug this protein shake, then I will explain it a little bit. I'm not even sure if I'm in this room right now, but good morning. As you can tell, it is very early. I'm currently reversing off the drive. But yeah, it's early morning right now. I just wanted to take you through a bit of a day in the life, a bit of a normal day in the life, you know, completely raw, completely normal, you know, just to showcase what an actual day in my life currently looks like. As you saw by everything that I've just had this morning, that is currently what my morning stack is looking like. So it consists of a couple scoops of protein. Currently got the muscle mousse protein. I've heard quite a few controversial things of it online about, you know, how it's cut and why it's so cheap, but you know, for the moment it's working for me. I think it tastes pretty good. It's pretty cheap. I'm going to stick with it for now, and it's quite convenient for me to buy, so I can just buy it when I'm out and about. But yeah, I have that in addition to a bit of a vitamin stack. It's nothing crazy, the vitamin stack. I've had periods of my life where I've been on like different kind of vitamins, you know, like extracts of mushrooms, all that kind of stuff. But now it's just your essential vitamins, because it's super dark in the UK. If you don't live here right now, you see very little sunlight, and you know, getting in a few vitamins to sort of replace what you naturally get from being out and about, you know, pretty ideal to avoid getting ill. Because there's nothing worse, there's nothing more annoying than being ill for me personally, because it just stunts my routine completely. You know, it really just puts a spanner in the works for me. So yeah, we have that, and then combined with a pre-workout, as you saw, currently on the My Protein Blue Raspberry. But I'm not gonna lie, I do not like the flavour, but I'm just seeing it through to the end of the packet. So saying, my stack in the morning, that's generally what I have. I don't have any like you know, squares bars or anything at the moment, even though I am on the bulk. I don't know why. I'm just currently not in the house, so I'm not eating them. Simple as that. You know, a bit of protein just to get, you know, in the system. I think that shake comes to about 180 calories, so nothing crazy. I'm pretty much doing it fasted apart from that. This morning we have got a nice back session to start our day with. I've currently just got some new gym straps as well, which you'll see in the video, because I've never actually trained with gym straps before for pull days, so that's going to be a fun little experiment to figure out actually how they work, because they look pretty confusing. But the reason why I got them is because I have a bit of a finger injury going on at the moment. I'm not going to explain how I got it because it's quite embarrassing, but yeah, this is actually like ruining my vibe in the gym at the moment. I literally can't grip the dumbbell at all. So like when I'm, you know, when I'm crushing in like that, I literally don't have any strength across this like little finger area. So when I'm closing in like that, you know, on a dumbbell, or it'd be like a cable, that kind of thing, it's just not working. So yeah, this is kind of affecting it. So I got the gym straps in order to take away a lot of the, you know, on back days and pull days when I'm doing my pulling motions, to take a lot of the stress and tension away from actual grip strength and bring it more onto sort of my wrist area, which will help me then focus on my back a little bit better. That's the idea. We'll see if it works and helps today. But yeah, that's a bit of a, you know, bit of a download on what I have in the morning, why I have it. But yeah, let's hit the gym. I've had a scoop and a half of pre-workout just because it's about 6:30 right now. I woke up about 6ish. Normally I wake up about sort of 5:30, 6, 6:30, and then if I'm lying in, it's 8:30 normally. But the reason why I've had a scoop and a half, I don't normally have a scoop and a half, is because I'm pretty tired today, just because I stayed up late, to be honest. Which I don't advise for any gym training, any, you know, fitness related stuff. Don't be lacking on your sleep. That's where you want to sort of recover. That's where you want to, you know, be making sure that you can have the best sort of, you know, you can set yourself up for a nice workout the next day, but I wanted this video to be raw, and I just thought this morning, let's just record today. I am feeling tired, but it is what it is. But anyway, let's go hit this back session. I'll probably do a voiceover over this session because I don't have like a microphone or anything at the moment to speak into when I'm in the gym. So yeah, let's cut to that now. I just watched some of those clips back and you can barely even see my face to remember. That's fine. It'll work for now. I'm not really too bothered. What I'm saying is the important part rather than what you're looking at. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into the gym. The sun is slowly coming up, but it is still pretty dark. I've also just got a new phone, and it looks like the camera is so much better than the previous one. Yeah, let's head into the gym, get a nice squeeze, and then on with the day. Okay, we're now in the gym, ready for a big back session. Also, side note, make sure to get hydrated before you work out. It's going to help you lift. It's going to help everything in life. Just make sure you're hydrated, please. I see way too many people just smashing the pre-workouts. But anyway, we've started off on a bit of a lat pull down here. You know, we've done a few warm-up sets, now working our way into the working sets. Really trying to squeeze that back on the down movement, but as you can see, you know, the form isn't the best. I'm not going to lie, looking back on this video, I was a bit surprised about how off it was. But anyway, beside that, we're going to move on to some single arm pull downs. I love this move at the moment. I've just found that sitting down on the bench as well allows me to get a bit of a better squeeze, just because I'm not, you know, I'm not stood up or I'm not on my knees, you know, trying to balance. I can really just focus on the actual movement, getting a really good squeeze in on this one here. Also, by actually sitting on the bench, I've noticed I can stack a lot more weight, which is great. Then moving on to some face pulls here. This is another one of those movements again where I'm implementing a bench to just help with the stability a bit, so I can just focus on the actual movement. Because normally you do this stood up and pull the bar towards your face. Maybe you do it with the ropes, but I've noticed lying down and doing it on the bench is working a lot better for me recently. Then we're doing some rear delt cable flies. This is an all-time classic. It's one of my favourites, I'm not going to lie. The squeeze that I get on this in comparison to anything else within the back workout is second to none. So this is always in there no matter what. Here you can see I'm doing a bit of a drop set as well, so I'll go quite heavy, sort of 6 to 8 reps, and then I'm going down on the weight just slightly, and then I'm just going to burn out my back muscles as much as I can. What you'll notice doing this exercise as well is that sort of on like the 4 to 6 reps in, it does start to burn like crazy, but your muscles aren't that fatigued and you can just keep on going. Then another lat pull down variant here. You know, looking at this video, my form isn't the greatest. You know, I'm trying to pull a bit more weight than usual. I'm getting used to the wrist straps, so I'm not too bothered. I got a good lift in, I got a good squeeze, I got a good pump. I'm pretty satisfied. Right, workout done. It's finally sunlight, as you can see. That was a bit of a weird lift, I'm not gonna lie. It took a while to get used to the gym straps and how to actually tie them onto the machine properly. Yeah, weird session. Completely different to what, you know, I'm normally feeling in a back session. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that different feeling is a good thing or a bad thing, but I definitely felt that my grip strength was, you know, not the main part of the lift, if that makes sense. So it was more focusing on the direct muscle that I'm trying to work. You know, taking a bit of the stress away from the grip. And you know how I said before, man, I need to get a tripod or something for this, but you know, I said at the start that it might take away some of the stress from my finger. It didn't at all, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. My finger still felt disgusting, which is fine. I've just got to see through it and hope that it heals. But I think whilst I'm training, that isn't going to be an option, because you know, I did some googling, all that kind of stuff, and the advice was to avoid all exercises that use your hands for the next 8 weeks. So that's, you know, everything I do, which is like gym and golf. So that's going to be avoided. So we're sticking with a splint for a while. We'll see how we get on. But anyway, the lift, decent, as you can see by a few of the movements. I've looked back on a few of the clips and I think it can really improve my form on a couple of them. I didn't realise I was doing some things wrong. Well, not wrong, I'm still like moving the weight, still pushing hard, but you know, there's a few more optimal ways I can start to, you know, engage the right muscles, rather than, you know, sometimes you can see on them lat pull downs, you know, they're a bit swingy. But that's because, you know, I'm in a bit of an overload phase. I'm trying to push more weight. I'm not super focused on the form, but I do think that I could be a bit more optimal with all them kind of things. But yeah, I did a bit of a posing session at the end. So this really feels like some sort of like vlog, doesn't it now? You know, we've got the car journey on the way there, we've got the gym session, we've got the posing, we've got the car on the way back, but anyway. And I'm not gonna lie, with the way that he has been pumping out content recently, I saw a graph of his growth. As we're watching this video, we're in November of 2023. So I think he's on like nearly 2 mil subs. At the start of this year, right, in February, he was on 80,000 subscribers. That growth is absolutely insane. And it goes against the grain of what you've seen on YouTube, what you're told to do on YouTube. You know, you're supposed to make it as energetic as possible. You're supposed to have the best thumbnail, all this kind of stuff. You're supposed to pump it across all socials. He literally, I mean, granted, he's absolutely fucking huge. He seems like a normal, chilled guy. He's himself, like, in every single video. And it just works. You know, he's not pumping out, like, loads of random shit across, like, other social media platforms. It looks like he genuinely doesn't care about any of it. I mean, obviously he cares about his lifting, cares about making videos, but he doesn't care about, like, optimizing it in the right way, which is refreshing to see. And I think that's why it's landed so well with people, because it just feels like you're talking to a friend. It feels like you know, if you watch one of his videos, I'm not sure if you have, but after you watch my vlog, go and give one of his a good watch. It's like you sat there with a mate for the best part of 40 minutes. You know, you're just going through his workout. It's something that you can flick on quickly in the background whilst you're eating food, or you're at work or something. You know, they're an easy watch, and I think that's what's really refreshing about his videos and the format of them. It's because it's not here, there, and everywhere. You know, it's not all over the place all the time. It's not like, oh, we're doing this cut, we're doing this montage. It's not highly edited at all. It's just raw and authentic. And after watching that, I just thought, why not just record a bit more? Because I think that's what I get in my head sometimes, is that it has to be this high production sort of, you know, I've got to have all the edits in. Minus the last few vlogs that you've seen on my channel, they've been just an absolute montage of just like getting drunk on holiday. But besides from that, you know, my thought process in my head is like, it needs to be like a certain format, you know, it needs to be sort of polished. But after seeing him do what he's doing, it sort of inspired me to sort of pick up the camera again and just be myself, because I can see that it's working for him and this feels the most natural for me, so why not just do it this way? So yeah, it's just a little segment on why I've started vlogging again. It's just because I've seen him do, it's not even the fact that he's done so well. You know, if I get like 10 viewers watching this the whole way through, I'm gonna be buzzing with that. I'm not even bothered about, like, you know, getting thousands and thousands of views. Obviously that's nice, you know, and there is other things that can come off the back of that, but for now I actually just want to make YouTube videos. I'm not really too fussed about this has to be like the perfect thumbnail, the perfect title. So I want to make more YouTube videos. I want to be more consistent with it. And in order to do that, I can't focus on the short-term metric, which is views and subs and all that kind of stuff. I've just got to focus on being consistent and focus on creating it. And to be honest, it goes, that's for anything in life. You know, people confuse social media and everything to be this, like, you know, you've got to have the perfect algorithm, you've got to have the perfect thumbnail. But what it comes down to is how much you post and how frequently. So, like, well, they're basically the same thing, you know, how much you're posting, how much content you're actually just putting out there. There's good content, it can't be crap content. Because I think sometimes as well, on my own socials and stuff, I get on the, rather than doing something because I want to do it, I'm doing it because I feel like I'm ticking a box on a to-do list rather than actually creating content that I want to create, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's just a bit of like a constant battle that I've always got, is I'm gonna do it. You know, you're constantly doubting yourself when you're at the, let's say, the bottom of the pile when it comes to like social media, creating content, creating videos. You know, you're overthinking every single step because you haven't done the enough reps in order to see what the actual outcome is. You know, it's like in the gym, it's like going to the gym for a week and expecting to, you know, hit a crazy PB the week after, or like, you know, get rewarded with this amazing physique. It's not something that comes overnight, and I think I've just got to get that drilled into my own brain. Because I know it with the gym, you know, with the gym I've been training for like 6, 7, 8 years now. Granted that that whole time frame, I've not been like super consistent. I've not been like optimal in my training, my diet, that kind of stuff. But I've just seen it through. And what I've noticed is that over this past sort of like 6 months to a year, I've really felt the effects of, you know, all them hard reps that I did in the years gone by. You know, it's all coming together nicely. I'm starting to build a bit of a better physique. I'm starting to feel a bit better about myself. I'm starting to get to a goal where I want to be at. And I think I just need to apply that same mentality to content. And that's why I'm recording today. This is where the magic happens. Right, that is a bit better. It is a bit bright, but just ignore it for now. Yeah, so this is where the work gets done. This is where I run my business from. This is where I play an ungodly amount of Fortnite from. But yeah, it's kind of how I'll start my morning. I don't even know if this camera's straight, but check the pop figures in the background. But anyway, this is how I start my morning. I kind of use my iPad to plan out my day. I use an app called Obsidian, which is basically a to-do list app. I used to use the Apple Notes, but I've just found that this just works better, and it syncs really quickly across all my devices. So whether I'm on my phone or if I'm actually on my iPad, you know, it just syncs really quickly, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm not going to show you exactly what's on the list because some of it is like personal to me, but the general kind of stuff that you'll see on the list is like my daily tasks, which will be like TikTok videos, IG videos, YouTube shorts, go to the gym. I have got 100 cold outreach on there, which is for my one-to-one training. If you're interested in one-to-one training, by the way, I'll put a link below and you can check it out there. But anyway, that's kind of something I do on the side as well that I forgot to mention. I'll do like 100 cold outreach, which basically means I'll DM 100 people in simple terms, just to see if they're interested. But yeah, other stuff that I've got on today is that I've got to plan all the emails for the week for Sol, just because it's Black Friday. You know, we want to get pumping email campaigns out there, make sure people are aware of what's going on. Because a lot of the time when you're communicating a message to your followers, people you know, half of the time people aren't actually engaged in the phone. You know, they're just scrolling. I mean, I'm guilty for this, you know. Tell me the last 3 TikToks you watched. You couldn't name them because your brain isn't fully engaged in the topic. So, you know, making sure that I'm repeating the same content just to make it super clear that, you know, there is a sale on, you know, there's going to be new items, all that kind of stuff. That's really essential. I've made the mistake of that in the past, you know, doing a little bit of promotion and thinking, why the hell hasn't this gone well? It's because, you know, I haven't done enough promotion, essentially. So, yeah. Email campaigns for the week, and then I've also got to do my social plan for the week, so that's like my strategy for the week. A lot of the time, I'm going to be honest, that does not get followed. A lot of it is off the cuff, and it's a little less unstructured. Just because I feel like I've got a good feel for sort of what works and what doesn't in the moment. You know, what I need to be posting. I'm kind of just like, because I've been doing it for so long, it kind of just comes to me a bit naturally, so I don't really have to plan it out as much. I mean, I should plan it out. There should be a strategy behind it all, but for the time being, you know, I've got so much going on that I kind of do it off the cuff, and I feel like it's working at the moment, so why change it? I've also got to launch a giveaway today ahead of Black Friday, just to get a bit of hype on the page, you know, get it into the front of people's feeds, all that kind of stuff. I've got a couple of t-shirts to design as well. I'm making a new lifting club t-shirt, which I'm going to show you a sneak peek of now, actually. Oh, the camera's flipped. Right, just ignore what I've just said, but pretend that this is the other way around. Essentially, it's a Solarflex lifting club t-shirt, the end in pursuit of a greater self, which is kind of like the Solarflex slogan at the moment. The front, oh, a little sneak peek on something else there. The front is Solarflex Lifting Club, established in 99, because that's the year I was born. But I'm not 100% certain on the front at the moment, so I'm probably going to get that changed. But yeah, as you can see in the background there, if you can see, there is actually like a vintage dumbbell. You know, it's pretty clean. But yeah, that's going to be coming in a few months. But I've got to design a few different variants of that, you know. Just because when I'm designing my design process, I like to do a few different colours. Because, you know, I'll have an original idea in my head that I'll do, like that, for example, but then, I don't know, that might look amazing in, you know, with a red dumbbell instead or a different coloured dumbbell. I just like to mess around and test things out, and sometimes great designs come off the back of it. Like the butterfly t-shirt, for example, which, you know, is one of Sol's all-time bestsellers. That was kind of made on a whim. I was messing around on Photoshop and then just kind of created this thing without an initial idea in my head, and it just worked. It's just weird how your brain works like that sometimes when you're in a bit of a flow state. So, I like to just, give myself a bit of freedom, not be as structured, and just sort of go with the flow a bit more. And yeah, we've got some packaging to order as well ahead of Black Friday because I'm running low at the moment, and I want to just get some new styled packaging, something that feels a bit more raw, a bit more authentic, rather than it being so like aesthetically clean. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got planned for today, so I'll sort of work on that now till about lunch-ish. And I think I'm probably gonna have a nap at lunch, because I was just thinking in the shower then that the reason why that lift didn't feel too good is probably because I've had like 5.5, 6 hours sleep, which, if you want to do anything in life, that is just not an acceptable level of sleep that you need to be getting. But I've only got myself to blame for that. I stayed up too late, and I'm paying the price for it now. Let me crack on with the work, and then I will check in later today at some point. Okay, we're a couple of hours into work now. I am pretty exhausted, I'm not gonna lie. We're slowly but surely working through the to-do list. But yeah, this is where I shall sit for the foreseeable, up until about 6-ish o'clock tonight. And I'm not going to show you anything after that, because that's just relaxing, sitting down, wind down time. Whether it be, I don't know, watching a TV show, playing a bit of Fortnite with the boys, because the OG Fortnite is back at the moment, which, yeah, it's been consuming my time, my free time, let's say. Don't get me wrong, I'm still getting my work done, still putting my workouts in, but it's like how I'm using my free time has slightly been changing due to that. But that ends in I think in a couple of weekends anyway, so yeah, I'm not too fussed, not too worried about it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here, to be honest, because I feel like I've waffled enough. And if you've watched till this time, thanks for watching. The view time is going crazy right now, if you are here. But yeah, let me know if you like this format. Let me know if you want to see anything more like this. I think I'm just going to start vlogging a lot more, talk to the camera a lot more, and just generally get my thoughts out there a bit more. So I get my personality across a bit better in some scenarios. If you like the video, just drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub. Bits of feedback. If you've got any questions about training, about Saul, that kind of stuff, just feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll literally respond to all my DMs. I will catch you in the next vlog.